Are you ready? Let's get started. I was just trying to hype you up a little bit, you know what I'm trying to say. Michael Buffer or something, maybe. The car, this is what we're doing today. We're going to put the running boards on. For me to look at that car, I must put them glasses on to get up close to look at that. But come on over to the computer and take a looky-poo here. As I see on the running board on this one, we are using this as a guide. If it does not work out exactly, that's the way it is. But we are using it as a guide because it's a little bit closer than the toy is. But I can tell from this and the toy, the running board from this part here is pretty flat until it starts going up by the hood and the cowl. Then it starts rolling down in. That's what I see there. I am more worried about the outside, what the outside looks like here. And right now I want to try to put a running board on this car. We put this piece in yesterday. These four tacks were the only thing that I did. What I did is I stuck the grinder in from the back side where I cut this fender out. I zip cut it exactly. I did it from the back side because I knew where it was cut out, and I zip cut it, and then I just tacked it together so we could butt weld together so I got a nice swoop going on there. We got that level running out. The farthest that we're coming out from the table is 6 inches. That's the farthest that we're coming out. This went on very nice. Very happy with that. Come on over to the other side, just for a second, poo-poo. We stuck on this piece yesterday. That's the trunk piece, exactly the same as this side. We used that rusty piece that Jolene wanted. Got the inner fender welded on. Got the rest of the roof welded. Still got to be ground. I see a couple places I need to put the spot of weld. Got all the little tiny pieces done, and that was just a spot at a time. Made the other piece, the other runner for the other running board for this side. So right now, the only thing that is different on the other side is the fender's on and the welds are ground. That's the only difference that we got going on right now. Someone said the car come free from the table. Well, I checked it over. It's only welded here in the back across this cross member, the 2 doors, and 2 spots on the cowl, and none of them have come free, so it must have been the quarter panel, and that was not tied down. I did try to tie it down, and I said, why would I do that when I'm trying to make that fit? So right now, as I'm thinking about this running board, and what I'm going to do is explain. I'm going to put the little Hot Wheels at them. I'm going to put it down for a minute. I'm going to explain what has to happen there. We have a roll this way, and we have a roll this way. So when you have a roll going 2 opposite ways, when you got one going this way, and you have a roll going this way, when it bends up this way, it wants to stretch. It does. And to get it rolled over, I'm looking probably an inch there. It looks like an inch rollover. I'm looking at it, and I'd have to obviously, the piece has to be 6 inches, but it obviously has to be 15 inches wide or 16 inches wide to get what I want here. I don't know what that measurement is, but I'm going to find out here in a little bit. It's going to be that wide, so I couldn't use a trailer fender and bend it. If I had to use a trailer fender, I could have put it in the stretcher, I guess, and got it stretched out a little bit. That's fine. But as I get going, I went right back to my roots, is using shapes that you can find that can do the job that you need necessary. I don't want to take a piece of metal and bang it round, like bang that end, the edge in it, the round edge in it. This is the edge I'm talking about. I do not want to take a piece of metal, a flat piece of metal like that, and try to beat that edge all the way over to do all the way up here. It seems to me like that would take a bunch of time and a bunch of hammering, a bunch of just different things it would take a bunch of. I want to simplify it, and I'm going to use what I have in my hand because that's probably about the exact bend I want. I'm going to be able to bend this to the shape with this shape here, and I'm going to use it on the outside. I'm going to use it on the outside so it bends up like this. We'll connect it together in the front. I don't know what's going on past the cowl. I have no idea. All I know is the hood's on. Basically, I'm just trying to get it to put together so we can see what it looks like, and then if I'm going to carry on from there, well, then I'm going to have to do something different. I'm going to have to, start finding a chassis and that sort of stuff. I think I might have one out in the old junkyard, maybe. But anyways, as I have this on there, this is going to be my roll down on my roll up. What I like about it, it's a nice finished edge. It's not just a thin piece of metal that's rolling up there that you could bend easily. And yeah, just whacking it with a hammer all the time. I just don't want to do it. I also have a piece of angle iron. I suggested this morning to cut it out of square tubing. Jolene said, why not angle iron? I looked at her, kind of frustrated for a second. Now I know exactly what she's talking about. And that was a good idea. It was a great idea. But as we look at this, as we have this round tubing, this is the metal that comes over here. Here's your metal. It'll come over. This will be your edge. We'll lay that on the top of that. We'll weld that on there. We're going to have to do something in here that's different than what we're doing all the way along here. I'm not going there yet. I'm going with this piece up to here and get a sheet of metal on top, like the 40. Exactly what Jolene did over here and welded on. Exact same thing. So when I get that welded on, I'm going to shove that inside that fender a little bit. I'll cut that fender right here. I'll stick this inside of it. I can cap it or whatever I want to do. I'm going to stick it inside there. But when that's there and I get this shape and I get it tied in here, then I got this right here. It's going to make my body line. See that there? And what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up coming in here like that and attaching that on this, welding it along there, and that'll give me the body line that we need going up this way. So we got this shape and we got the square shape that needs body line. We can do a nice little weld in there and grind that really nice, and we can make that look exactly like that. Also, another thing that I've noticed on the fender, I bring in the running boards on this one. And you can tell, smaller in the back, bigger in the front. So, if we decide, we will take this stuff, our little angle iron, and we can apply it up or pull it down. I can pull it, I can put it on like that, so it's, 1/3 of the way, or I can pull it down like that, so it's all the way down. Whatever I choose. Yeah, there's quite a distance there I can gain, so I can make what I'm trying to say is I can make the running board small down here, and I can make it thick up here by applying this in the right position. All I have to do now is get this shape with this pipe. Me and Jolene went in town this morning to get that pipe because we want to do it, and that's what we want to do. We want to put that running board on. Got my knee pads on. I usually generally bang it on the floor and get the shape. Where I have this little pipe bender here, it worked good on that square tubing. I'm going to try it again. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm looking for this shape right here. As soon as I find it, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to lay it underneath here, and I'll bring it up the same, make the same playing field, and then we'll chop it off and we'll go from there. We'll chop it off. We'll go from there. Chatty. I like the exhaust pipe for. I find that. Alrighty. What I find is it's generally you'd have to take the time. You'd have to take the time. What I'm trying to explain here. I'm not working at the present moment. I'm trying to explain something. To take the time and try to fabricate that running board with that rolled over edge, with that body line on it from there to there, and have it put on in one piece or two pieces. It'll actually be three. It'll be this piece, the round piece, cap this side. You have to ask to make something like that to make this bigger here and smaller back there with a hammer and a dolly or whatever tool you want to use, you have to ask yourself, how long would that take to make that? And we know how long it takes me because you're watching. Right? Wouldn't you say? Baby, is that fair to say? You've got the clock, you know what I mean? You've got the clock. You're watching me. I'm hoping that this bends it nicely. I'm hoping. See what happens. You don't want to bend it too much the first time. Something's going on there. We're getting curvature, yes we are. We're getting curvature. And get a couple more inches. I'm going to do it. Not bad. Not bad. I'm going to give her a little turn, send it back through. Hoping that we get enough. What's going on? What's going on? Seizing up on me, is she? Cutting into me a little bit. What happened there now? It's weird, ain't it? Hey, hey. Oh, this is moving. See that? This here is moving. Just don't fix it, just keep rocking. My little sprocket was moving in and out, see? Alrighty. We got some pipe here that's rounded. I'm hoping it didn't go too far. Now, you can see, as soon as I put up on the bottom of that, she's not up far enough in near at all. Is it? Not at all. And that's going to go underneath there, into that fender, and come up to the same as that. Boop, boop. Excuse me, sweetheart. Sort of want to get it going through the same, do I not? Sure I do. I'll have her all crooked. I keep her up. We know she's getting higher because we ran her all the way through this time. I go up on that cord, did I? Never get that cord out of there. Nope, come back this way. Just a second. Just a second, Harley buddy. That's my daughter. We'll let her in. What the hey? Come in on your best behavior. What's going on?
Are you guys filming?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What are you up to?
Oh, I was on my list. I wanted to know if you were giant tiger now, but it's fine. We'll do it after.
Giant tire? I have another name for that, don't I, baby? Looks good. I'm happy with that, so we're going to go with that. We're going to go with that. What's going to have to happen is I grab some of this. I'm going to have to cut a piece of this, put across here, get it fitting somewhat okay, try to level it up, square it up, all that sort of stuff, get the right length. Round tubing from there to there, then we'll sheath it. I'm going to, wait a second here. Bring this one over and this one over. See you later, Harley Wally. Okay. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make this angle iron. No, I'm not going to try. I am. I'm going to make this angle iron fit that square tubing there, and we'll go from there. And what I mean by fit, I mean it's going up straight this way, but I want this angled out straight this way. I'm going to take that little ledge off there so it can sit in there right. On top of that, so I'm going to take and come on. There it is, my little Crayola. Yeah, I want that too, babies. Thank you. Thank you. I can guess that for now. I can fill that full of weld as far as that goes. I just want to cut this off so we can get it down. Just cutting that off on an angle there a little bit. And what I'm saying is, when I get this down, I want this flush with this. I can't have this sitting on top of that. The metal won't sit flat. Down some, girl, come down some, come down some. We got a little bit of gap going in there. Don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. And the reason I say that is because the welder can fix it, or I can just take this other grinder and shape it up a little bit. Come on. I see what's going to happen now. Now, see, that's going to come down some to set right. So we got a gap up there in the top. That's okay. We'll fill it with the welder. That's fine. What I want to know is now, I guess I'll tack this on and I'll figure it out as I go. Because I have to figure out a length, but that's fine. The only way I'm ever going to get it rocking and rolling is if I tack it down and get started. If I don't tack it down and get started, I'm just prolonging the process, I guess, because it has to be tacked down to find out what I got going on. That's just what I'm going to do. I'll tack her down, see what's going on. I have to sort of guess, what I can get done in an hour's time. That's what I have to do. And I guess I was guessing that I could get the pipe on, the metal on, this piece across. Yeah, that sort of stuff, I thought. Well, there. And I will do all the measuring from the table. You know, there's no sense me measuring from the ground. I'll measure from the table. I want that flush with that. Now, see this thing. This will tell me if it's level. Maybe I can get it. Maybe I get this way first. A little bigger. Looks mighty nice right there. Just need a. Do you want to put the camera down? Help me. Just, I'll get it. I'll get it. No worries. I got it. I got it. Ah, my knee. Just got to use more body parts. That's all. More body parts. I'll get it here in a second. More body parts. All I'm trying to do is square that across there. Square this across so I can say it's square. And all I did is put that square across there, make that line square across there. And it almost should even be level. So I'm square across, I'm thinking. Now am I level? Not even close. Woo. That's funny. Now I'm happy. That's level. Now we'll go back into this thing. Says why does that be like that? That could be off there, I guess. I suppose. I just gotta move that again, big time. That's all. It's level. Sort of. Level. That's not where I want it to be. I don't want it to be pointing back. I want it to be pointing. All right. I'm confused for a second here. Just got to do a little incision. Still can be level, but I want it back. I like to have it square with the table if possible. How do we get it square? There we go. Here we go. Oh, that's weird. Just try it again. That's all we can do. There's a bubble for me and you. I'm happy with that. Well, sort of. Maybe not. I think it should come ahead further. What I'd like to do is square it up on the table somehow. I'm not getting that somehow. I'm not getting it. There we go. We're getting close. We're getting closer. I'm going to probably why have no fun? Why I have no fun with this? I'll laugh at myself when I watch, probably. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel good about that. And it's because it's square with the table, you know what I mean? I'm hoping. Levelability. Where's that at? Oh, I love it. There we go. We're back on the cracker now. So we got it going on there, the square of the table and square this way. So we got the level on, and I've squared. What I did is just laid it across there and tried to line it up with my piece of metal here, which I'm going to do again while I weld it again. Sure can feel that move. Wow. Weld that up there. Just connect it there, put a little more weld on it. Connector. So I want can only have 6 inches. I only want 6 inches beyond the frame, so I can just measure here. The outside of the exhaust pipe is the end, if you know what I'm trying to say. If I put that on there, and I can measure out from this table, that's what that fender is down there, 6 inches out from the table. So as I put that on there, it shows me right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to cut this off long enough that I'm going to be able to use my exhaust pipe. So my exhaust, that's going to be the end of it right there, 6 inch. My exhaust pipe will go in here. Right. We'll be able to, weld the exhaust pipe to this. And then if something goes, if the front fender comes on, we can either bolt it to this, weld it to this, whatever we want to do. All this stuff will have to be cleaned up. That's not welded in there yet, right? That's not at all. But all that stuff comes in time when you start making things, and I'm just on the process of making something. So that's what's going on. I'm going to take this and put it on the other side just to hold it. sort of in place because it fits so good. Just want to do a little connect in there. Let's check again. Beautiful. Shut her off. Turn that off for a second. Take this helmet off just for a moment or two of refreshment for a second. So I just got that plucked on there a couple times. It's not, you know, the weld is okay on it. Should be ground off and done again. But now we're going to take this piece right here. Underneath there. Should go right there. So as I do that, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fender comes up a little bit, don't it? Huh? We'll have to knock that down we'll have to dent that down if it knocks it up too far. But I'm going to shove that through right there on that fender, and it's going to be welded to that fender. I'm going to do this then. This. We'll just cut it with a zip cut, make it quicker. Turn on its own cord. Ah! Come on down with me. It's more fun down here. I want a piece on my chalk. It needs to show me what I'm cutting. Mazel. I'm going to go like that. Don't put that down, I'll lose it. I know we had the other thing that had a bunch of plugins. It just makes for more wires. Doesn't it, baby? It just makes for more wires. Just a couple more. Just a little bit. Hey! We don't want the stickered end. We don't want the stickered end. I'm going to go up here, take my thing with me just to give me some measurement going on. I likey. I likey. I like it a lot. We're going to knock that in there just a bit. No reason I'll say why. Just because we got the angle iron yet we want to put on there. So we'll knock it in about like that far. Cut a little high in that, didn't I? I have to go up like that, I guess. Get it welded on there. So I'll just go back there like that. I mark this. Mark it and cut it, Chet. Get it over with. I'm going to get a new zip cut. Oh, took her bed outdoors and she's laying on the other side of the car thinking, man. Jolene's walking on a bunch of stuff. She's just like an angel walking. We're just going to cut this off. Ooh. some cutting wheels act different than others. Funny. Look, didn't want that sticker, but look at the one I left on there. Huh? Where's it at? On my knees. Sorry about that, people. There's not much you can do if, you know, I'm trying to worry with it. You know, I do the best I can do with the, I'm not aware of the mic at all. I just go. And I apologize for that. Just, that's what I like to do. I work and you'll get what you get, I guess. I don't know. Get what you get. But Jolene's always conscious of it, so she feels your pain. And I do too when I watch. You'll find that exhaust pipe welds a little funny sometimes, and that's just because it's got a coating on it. I've got to get my helmet back on, do some tacking. This is very exciting, you know, to actually get the running board to go on. And it's just how, I guess, the process, how we think it out, I guess. We want to make it easy as possible. And I guess the shape going this way and round, to me, is exhaust pipe generally every time, generally. I'm going to tack this in here because I'm saying that's the right length. And that's 6 inches there. Oh, didn't put the old groundy poo back on, did I? There's our 6 inches there because we measured it from outside here, exact same as the back fender, so we're keeping her square right up, straight up through. Oh yeah, I want to put this the right way. Yeah, seems to be going the right way. Weld it, Chad, weld it. Okay, we just welded on the end. We'll have to cut that back. No, I have to cut that off because I'm going to cut that off because that's going to hold that exhaust pipe down below the level of the running. You notice that? Well, we can bring the metal up to here and weld along this edge and bring it over here and butt this together, just cut that edge off. That's fine. I can live with that. What I'm going to do is we're going to, when we bring our metal up, should we lay it on there and weld across here or butt it up to it that way? Just kind of, I'll make that decision here in a little bit, and all I have to do is trim the top off, just move that down a little, move that pipe up a little bit. I want to put this on. Right on the bottom of that metal. We're not pushing up on that, I hope. We're hoping that's level. Okay, as you see, I got that weld in there. I left that in there a little bit. This is the reason why. When we put our molding in there, well, I suppose it doesn't much matter. It's got to go underneath that some. Now I just found something out. Now I got to move that exhaust pipe up a little bit to get that to match, because this is going to be our line. This is going to run up on the outside of this. So that's what's got to happen there. Also that's going to have a dent there. If you know what I'm trying to say, because I don't want to pull this up in the air too much. I think that's level right where it's supposed to be. No. No, I'm not going to do that, and I'll tell you why. I think I'll cut that. I think I'm not going to move that up. I'm going to leave that alone because that sits there nice, nothing's bent. I'm going to cut this piece. When I apply it on there, I'll have to apply it on this flat piece. So if I got a piece like this, then I'll put it on there like that. and then we'll run it up through, and that way there, we still have, you know, we got a bigger, and we'll do it like that. Cool, that's what I'm gonna do. So I've changed my mind there, just tack that there for now. The piece will be run on the front. And what's gonna happen is when I make my piece, I make a piece in there, I'll probably have to make it and I'll have to close that off, that's okay. This is looking good. So let me take a look at it here I gotta take a look at it here for a minute. This piece will be cut back because we're going on the top of that. We're gonna have to come in there somewhere and then we'll cap that part. Possibly could do that. I'm gonna put a level on that and just see if this is going good. Bubble's a little up there. Just push down on it and weld on it, I guess. See it? On the line there a little bit. See if the bubble's not, you know what I mean? I'll push down on it. I'm gonna push down on it a little bit. I don't know if that's gonna do anything or just rip it off, one or the other. Alrighty. I'm going to cut that off because I don't like the looks of it. I'm going to take off this helmet. How much time we got, baby? 42? So we'll get a top on it. We'll get the flat piece laying on top of it and then go from there. Now, as you can see, this piece is laying on top. That can't be like that to be level like that. We don't want that there. Unless we're running the metal up to here, we're still not doing it that way. We're still not doing it that way. I can cut a piece of the top of the exhaust pipe, or I can cut a piece of the top of this. I think I'll cut a piece of the top of that. Boop, 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 boop. I'm going to cut that off first, I guess. Try to stay in order here a little bit. Get my marker in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw on here what I'm just going to pretend that's going to just trying to keep it in the center of the exhaust pipe. That's all I'm trying to do. Oh yeah, someone picked up the other night. We took this over and transferred on the other piece. That was good that everybody picked up on it. There's one guy picked up it really fast in the live chat. No, it won't. We had to roll it. We have to roll it the other way. We figured that out when we were watching it exactly like you. That there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get that straight going there now. I'm going to cut over this way a little bit because we got to go around that corner a little ways, and I just don't know how far we're going to go with it. What has to happen there is some dolly work. That changes that right there. I don't like that changing that. We're going to have to make sure that's tacked down. I don't want to put no pressure on nothing yet. No pressure on nothing yet. There we go. Let's start the welder back up and tack a few places. All I did was cut some metal out of there. So that metal there would be flush coming across, that's all. I hope you can understand that. Just cut it out so when the metal lays across, we're doing the exact same. EBG, we're doing it on there. It looks good. I will come back after I put the sheet on. After I put the sheet of metal on, I will come back and take the sheet off, weld all that up, give it a buffer wheel. Someone was asking what I'm using for a grinder. Right now I'm using these things right here, ceramic. They sand the weld really nice. They're expensive, and they do the job quicker, I find, than the hard disc. Not that the hard disc, I like the hard disc too. That's where what can I say? The hard disc. The hard disc is hard. How's that? I'm gonna put that on there. The reason being I want that on there, as I do. This piece on here.